Man, Drop is making some pretty big moves here in 2025. However, a lot of NFT collectors are very upset. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So the last 24 hours on social media have been pretty interesting, as a lot of NFT collectors and collectors in general here in the Funko community are pretty stirred up about this latest announcement from Drop. Yesterday, we got word that Series 1 of Freddy's Dark Valentine is coming on February 4th. This is going to have 3 redeemable NFT Funko Pops, and I think they all look great. So let's take a look at the redeemables really quick before we jump into the heart of the controversy. So we are going to be getting a Freddy, Franny, and Proto, and they're all inspired, of course, by Valentine's Day, and I actually really like the way these look. I think for seasonal pops, or pops tied to a specific holiday, I think these look fantastic, and unlike some other seasonal drops that we've gotten in the past, specifically Christmas ones, for example, these pops are actually going to be ones that I'm looking forward to displaying on my shelf throughout the entire year. So first up, we have the grail of the set, which is the Dark Heart Franny. She is limited to only 999 pieces, and I think she looks phenomenal. I really love the vibe here. The box style is amazing. The way it goes from dark to red as you go down the box just looks so good. We're also getting the Dark Heart Proto as a legendary, only 1900 pieces on him. The black crown looks fantastic. He's got a heart for one eye, and overall just has a really cool vibe to him. And of course, we are getting a Freddy. This is the least limited pop out of the 3, coming in at 2,000 pieces here for this royalty, and he kind of has like a little bit of an Elton John kind of vibe. I love the heart sunglasses. Just looks overall really good, and I'm really excited because these 3 pops are definitely must-haves for my collection. Now let's jump into the issue that's got a lot of people stirred up, and that is you cannot purchase these packs to potentially pull these NFT redeemable pops with money. You're going to have to use your fan rewards points, as this is the first fan rewards NFTs that Funko has done. Now, the good news is, when it comes to Funko's fan rewards program, is that getting these points is free, and it's also free to join. So if you're not a rewards member through Funko yet, I highly encourage you guys to do it. It takes 5 minutes, if that, and getting these points is free with every single purchase you make through Funko.com and Loungefly.com. You will actually get, for every dollar spent, you'll get 10 points. And we'll do the conversions here really quickly in terms of how that's going to get you some of these packs. For the standard packs, for this redeemable set, there are going to be 10,000, and then for the premium packs, there's going to be 6,000. If you would like to get one of the standard packs, you're going to have to spend 2,000 of your fan rewards points. If you want to get one premium pack, you're going to have to spend 6,000 points. So what does that equate to in terms of actual dollars spent on either Funko or Loungefly to get the required amount of points? So every dollar gets you 10 points, right? Simple conversion, you're going to need to spend $200 to get one standard pack or 2,000 points. You're going to need to spend $600 to get one premium pack or 6,000 points. Now, the good news is, if you've been accruing points in your account from various purchases throughout last year or even part of the year before, you may have a good amount of points to spend on these packs. So you might be in a good position. The downside is, though, if you are new to Funko, or if you don't have a lot of points in your account right now to spend, which I'm actually in that boat. I don't have many points right now because during the holidays, I actually redeemed a lot of my points for discounts, which I will briefly talk about here in a couple seconds, in order to get some money off some rather large orders that I made during Funko's Black Friday sale. So if you wanted to cash in some points to get some discount codes, it's very simple. 1,000 points gets you a $5 discount, 2,000 gets you $10, 3,000 gets you $15, and 4,000 gets you $20. The good news is that the point system here for the NFT packs is completely consistent with the discount codes and the points needed to get various dollar amounts off your order. So that I like, and I really applaud Funko and Drop for being consistent. If they had done some kind of wacky thing where you were going to need to spend, an exorbitant amount of points that didn't equal the amount of dollars off with these discount codes, I would have an issue because it should be a consistent system. So there's no issue there. At the end of the day, the good news is technically you could look at it as you're getting the shot at being able to purchase these NFTs with your Funko Fan Rewards points completely free. Because at the end of the day, let's say tomorrow you make a $200 order on Funko's website. You are spending $200 on physical products, whether it's pops, pocket pops, advent calendars, t-shirts, sodas, the list goes on. There's all kinds of different items available on Funko and Loungefly.com at the moment. You are getting $200 worth of product, and then you can take your 2,000 rewards points, redeem them for one pack starting on February 4th, and if you pull a redeemable, technically that redeemable is free. However, I know and understand that some people are not looking at it through that lens. They are looking at it through the lens that, oh man, I have to spend $200 to get one of these NFT packs, with omitting the fact that you just spent $200 on other products, which technically, if you wanted to get really into the weeds, you could take that $200 worth of stuff, sell it. Even if you sell it for a little bit of a loss, you could then take those points, still get the NFT pack, and then you got a shot at getting one of these redeemables. The other big issue is the shot, the gamble. You could spend $200, $400, $600, whatever it takes you to get the necessary points for your Fan Rewards account, so then you could go redeem them for these NFT packs. You could open one of these packs and get nothing. And I saw a lot of people upset about that. However, that has not changed whatsoever. NFTs have always been a gamble. You have always been able to buy packs and still have the opportunity to either pull redeemables or get nothing. So the argument there that people are saying this is a complete gamble, I could get nothing. Yes, you could get nothing. That has always been the case with NFTs. That is not something new. I just want to take a step back though and look at it from Funko's perspective as a company. This is kind of genius. And even though there are negatives to the consumer, which I will get into further, as a company, Funko now has the opportunity to sell more product to people that maybe weren't planning on buying some of their product at the moment, because maybe there was just some items on the website right now that you are not interested in, or you were just kind of on the fence on, waiting for a sale. Now you might be more inclined to go buy some of these items in February so you can accrue more Funko Rewards points, which just in turn allows Funko to make more sales and earn more profits. So from a company perspective, it's actually kind of genius. Now, let's talk about from a consumer perspective, and it does suck for a couple reasons. I mentioned it's a huge gamble because you might get nothing at the end of the day. You might buy several packs and not pull a single redeemable. If you're new, like I also mentioned, you might not have any points currently in your Funko Rewards account, so that is also kind of a bummer. And like I also mentioned, there may be nothing on Funko's website that you actually want to get at this time, so you're kind of forced to spend money maybe on items that you don't necessarily need or want at the moment. The fourth and biggest reason why it sucks as a consumer is because this is not technically available to international collectors, which is a huge bummer and a massive problem that I have with this system. Unfortunately, those of you guys who collect and are outside of the United States, you do not have access to the Funko Fan Rewards program. I don't know why they haven't done it for Funko Europe and other major regions of the world, but that is a huge issue, and excluding you guys from this NFT drop is a massive problem, and that's something that needs to be fixed, I would say, before the next Funko Fan Rewards exclusive NFT drop. That really needs to be changed. But at the end of the day, here is my take and my overall opinion on this situation. We all want Funko to be a collectible company and not a toy company. Believe it or not, whether you like this or you hate this, this is actually a move of a collectible company. If Funko wanted to just say, you know what, these are really cool pops, we're literally just going to sell 50,000, 100,000 copies of each one of these guys, they would do that. They would put these on their website tomorrow. They would make them Target exclusives, and they would just sell them in the thousands. They have chosen to go the collectible route, and they are actually not making as much money as they potentially could have by making these pops 2,000 pieces or less. Yes, unfortunately, with it being a move of a collectible company, this is a highly sought after, highly limited collectible. And with the way they're doing this, there's not one, but two barriers to entry with this drop. Not only do you have to spend enough to get enough Funko rewards points, you also have to buy packs and gamble a little bit and hope that you get these NFTs. However, I would argue that this actually makes these specific NFTs just a little bit more exciting. And I would also argue that there is some opportunity here for money to be made. Let's say you save up enough points to buy a pack. A standard pack is usually $30. Or excuse me, a standard pack is usually $15, premium pack is $30, right? I think that if you save up enough points to get either a standard or premium pack and you don't want the gamble, you just say, you know what, I'm going to take this and sell this on drops, a secondary market, I think you definitely can for upwards of $50, $60, maybe even $100, depending on how much people are willing to spend with money on these packs instead of having to mess with the rewards points and trying to find enough items to buy either on Funko or Loungefly's website. So there's that. The other thing you could do, if you don't want to deal with this at all, and you're like, I have no interest in the February 4th drop, I think these pops are cool, but I'm going to wait. You could absolutely do that. And that is something I encourage a lot of people who don't want to deal with NFTs to wait for these pops to be redeemed and then delivered in hand to collectors on the secondary market. However, with these, I could actually see them being quite valuable. I could see Proto and Freddy being upwards of $200 by the time these get in hand, and Franny, she might be $300, maybe even $400, because we don't know how they're going to burn these packs. Are they going to just let these sit on Funko's website for however long, from February 4th on? Or is there going to be a cutoff? Like, eventually there has to be a cutoff date. But when do they make the determination that, okay, we're going to burn 50% or 25% or 10% of these packs? That's going to be really interesting to see, because if all these packs are not purchased through rewards points, some of these are going to get burned, which means some of these redeemables will never see the light of day. And that's just going to make the actual ones that do get redeemed higher in value on the secondary market when they are inevitably delivered in hand. The other thing that I want to mention, and I think this is where Drop kind of dropped the ball a little bit, with them doing it this way, I definitely think they should have given collectors more of a heads up. It is January 25th. This is dropping in, a week or so on February 4th. That is not very much time for people to figure out how to spend $200 or any amount of money on Funko's website, especially right now when there's really not that much going on Funko or Loungefly.com. I think this drop would have been better served maybe, or this style drop maybe would have better served during a con, let's say WonderCon, San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con. And if they're planning on doing that for the major con drops, giving us other really cool NFTs that you could only get through the rewards point system, I'm actually okay with that, because there is going to be an influx of traffic of people going to Funko and Loungefly's websites to buy things anyway that are exclusive to the Comic-Con events. I actually think that it is a really good idea that they do that this year for 2025, because you're going to have people going there anyway. Now they're excited because they're not only getting con exclusive items or limited pieces, they're also getting rewards points that they can then turn around and use to buy packs to potentially get more cool things for their collection. So doing it during the high traffic times throughout the year is a great idea, and it really helps the hype of getting people to go to Funko's website. Right now we're at the end of January. It's kind of like, we're coming up on the first con of the year, but right now it's the end of like the slow season for new drops and collectibles and everything. I understand why Funko is doing this as a company, but from a consumer/collector perspective, especially myself, there's really not much on Funko's website that I need. So I'm going to have to scratch my head and figure out, how do I order some stuff in order to get enough points to get one of these packs. And the other big issue I have is that the international collectors being excluded is completely unacceptable. Like, we are in 2025. A lot of people have been collecting in other parts of the world for years now. They're diehard Funko fans. Funko has always championed themselves as a company who is putting out products that are for everyone in any part of the globe. They have events worldwide and such. They really should have figured out a way to get international collectors included. And maybe there's still time before that February 4th drop that they can figure that out. But I am excited for this drop. I think there's a couple loopholes and they could have cleaned it up a little bit. But overall, I think this, on top of the move that they made last week with allowing or letting us know that they are going to be putting the exact number of redeemables on the stickers moving forward for the NFTs, I think overall, two great moves so far here in 2025 by drop, and I'm really curious to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below. Do you like this drop? Do you hate it? I definitely expect a lot of people saying that they hate it because they have to spend rewards and, you know, accrue rewards points to even get these packs. So definitely curious to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below. I think this is laying the groundwork, though, for some more creativity and some more opportunities to make NFTs exciting. Whether you liked it or you hated it, this was the most talk I've seen about NFTs in a while. So good job on Drop for doing that. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. And as always, don't stop shooting until you score.